Hey everybody, on this video I wanted to show you some little tuning tricks and some open tuning playing, and then give you some ideas for music assisted relaxation. And so my guitar is in standard tuning right now, and a way to tune it, obviously tuner is your best friend, but if you caught without one sometime, a way to tune your guitar is, get as close as you can to E, and your 5th fret here is your A, and that should sound exactly like the 2nd string, or the A string. Technically it's the 5th string, because you're supposed to count up from 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is your A string. Should sound like the 5th fret on your E string, and then so forth going down. 5 on your A string should sound like your D string. 5 on your D string, 5th fret, should sound like the G. But then when you get to the G, you got to do the 4th fret. Should match your B open. But then back on the B string, on the 5th fret, should match your E string. So just a quick little tip on tuning without a tuner. And now to get to open D, we'll start with the E string. Now we're going to tune it down a whole step from E. Now, if you don't have a tuner, again, instead of the 5th fret, since you tuned it down a whole step, you're going to go 1 half step, another half step to the 7th fret. That should sound now like your open A string. Or you can also check it with the octave. This D string that sounds pretty good. And now you got D, you leave the A as it is. This D, you leave it as it is. Your G string needs to go down half a step to F sharp. And then your B needs to go down a whole step to A. And that again, the 7th fret on the B now should sound like your E, before you tune your E down a whole step to D, your high E. And you can check that with your low D string now. So strumming this chord, you should have a nice D major chord. So the beauty of this is a lovely chord. You're playing, you don't have to use your left hand. It's a great way to hold a guitar for a client, put it on their lap, and just allow them to strum. And you could even use your left hand as they strum with their right hand. What's great is you can find your 4 and your 5 chord, create a blues progression, or any song, using those chords. Your 1 is open on all the strings. Your 4 chord is going to be on your 5th fret as a bar. And then your 5th chord, your 5, move it over 2 frets to your 7th fret. There's your 5. And also, you can easily play, as I was saying, holding the guitar. I've actually had a moment in a role play where I held the guitar for the client in open tuning, and I figured out the melody for You Are My Sunshine. And so I had them strum this finger, what's great about it is you can literally just, I mean, if you write up the scale from Do, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, you can ride those notes in any way you want and to make a really beautiful sound. And you can use these finger patterns I showed in different videos. You can do arpeggio. Vibrato just by slowly shaking these fingers. And then adding that 4. And then so getting back to You Are My Sunshine, we're just having them strum while you can do your left hand. And hold the 4 chord. And if you can reach to the 9th fret, if you're ever lost, if you're trying to maybe do an MAR, just go back to the home bass, which is just your right hand, and play it nice and soft. And another thing I found was, so if you're starting here, 2nd string, 5th string, A string, on the 2nd fret, you skip 1 string and go down to what was the G string, now we're in F sharp, 1st fret. You're doing patterns of minor and major 6th all the way up. All the way to the 12th fret. 12th, 10th, 9 and 8, 7 and 7, 5 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you mix that in with some nice finger picking. And you can even add ring finger on the 2nd fret on this B string, which is now the A string. And that is just the octaves here. And you can just turn that into a nice little progression with some finger picking here. Just a great way to keep the progression circular for the client. And then back, open. And then you can go back to just playing single notes. I'm just using my index finger with this hand. So it's very fun to just mess around in open tuning. I honestly learned all this just from tuning it and messing around with it. I strongly suggest practicing some finger picking styles so you can feel comfortable. Just even the Travis picking works really well, and this can go a long way for a nice MAR experience. And this hand is really just can be so so simple with using one finger, I'm sorry. Alright guys, thank you for watching. This was my last video I've made. But like I said, they're in no particular order, so I hope you get use out of some or all or most of these videos. And look forward to seeing y'all playing some mean guitar in the future. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.